Mike Phillips, Autogeek.com. And I have a very special guest here today in Autogeek Show Car Garage. It's Tunch Goren, the founder of 3D. How are you doing today, Tunch?
Great, thanks, Mike.
And we're going to share some of the really cool products that 3D makes that are really popular and kind of talk about what they are and how they work. And I think what we want to start with is the speed, because this is a really popular product because it works so good.
Well, thank you, Mike, for the intro. And yes, speed is actually, a lot of people tell me to put a $sign on the S, you know, because they think that products make them good money because it's fast.
Yep.
And it does correction. It does have, of course, fillers to fill the deeper scratches, but at the end of the day, you get a very fast, very good wax and all-in-one correction in one.
Yeah, I've used this product extensively, and it offers a lot of things. First of all, it's a one-step product, so it's going to do paint correction. That's like a compound or a polish, and it's also going to polish the paint to a high gloss. Then it's going to leave it protected. So that's three things in one step. A lot of people call that an AIO, or you could call it a cleaner. There's a group of products called a cleaner wax, but this doesn't use wax, it uses a sealant, doesn't it?
It has actually Montan wax, you know, which is a higher grade of carnauba. It's actually mined, you know, as you probably know. A Montan wax has a higher melting temperature. It's about 212 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas carnauba is around 200.
Gotcha.
And carnauba is also based on, not that it's a bad product, it's a great product too. It's based on crop, you know, from a Brazilian tree, as you know. So it can have a little bit variations on the quality, but this Montan wax is pretty much stable. And of course, we have some polymers in there also to make the adhesion, I would say, you know, cross-linking on the vehicle.
Sure.
And so it does have a protection, not a very long one, but
sure.
Well, after all, it's a speed, you know, product, and it will give you.
Now, just for fun, since we brought up Montan wax, I could be wrong here, but from memory, isn't that a wax that's mined out of the earth in the Black Forest of Germany or someplace in Germany?
Yes. Actually, I mean, it goes back to 4 million years, they say, you know. It's a
coal-based wax.
Coal-based product, yeah. It used to be the resin in the good old days. I mean, I would say millions of years ago. And what they do is they refine it. Therefore, it's consistent. It's still based on natural product, you know, but has a long history, you know.
That's okay, but that's okay. Now, another cool thing about the speed product is because it does three things in one step. And, you know, I teach a lot of detailing classes. And when guys are new to the detailing world, you know, they're still learning. So one of the things I like to share is you always need to have multiple packages because you have customers that have different types of cars and different needs. Not everybody has an exotic supercar that wants it to be compounded, polished, and have a ceramic coating put on it. You have a lot of people that just have a daily driver. They want it washed and waxed. And this is a product that would, after the washing and the cleaning step, would not only wax it, but it's going to remove some of the swirls and scratches, and it does it all in one step. And then even better than that is the wipe off is super easy.
Right. And also, I would say application is super easy too.
Yeah, bust forever, no dusting.
Yeah, no dusting. And the other thing is the open time is very long. So one can literally have a cell phone and have a little orbital and just walk around the car, you know.
Yeah.
And you cannot make a mistake by going over the rubber moldings. You won't turn them white. Because those are not the kaolin powders in there, you know, so it won't do that. You can even, by mistake, go over the window. Who cares? You know, it will wipe off.
Yeah.
So it's that way. I think our motto has always been one thing that we want to mention. I want to mention too is our product has to be also good for the health. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that's very important. You know, so we have always been ahead of the curve. You know, always have done either VOC compliance. We did it way before. And also other things that, like, there's no harsh solvents, no harsh chemicals in there.
Got you.
You wouldn't breathe all that. And last year, which is still not compulsory, but we made almost 99% of our products Prop 65 compliant. So this is also one of them.
Yeah, and if your products are healthy for the end user, they will live longer, so they'll buy more.
Yeah, well, it's actually
back
true.
to the dollar sign on the S.
Yeah, that's right. So people do use this quite a lot. As I recommend to some of our distributors to tell their customers is, you don't have to even wax your car if you are doing this every 3-4 months. It takes only like 15-20 minutes, you know, to just go over the car, and you don't even have to wait until the car gets really bad. And, you know, that kind of gives you a maintenance, you know.
Well, it's not very aggressive. That's one of the benefits. So it's a great maintenance product. And because it has a long buffing cycle, no dusting, and easy wipe off, it not only it does make it easy to apply it often, and it takes all the work out of it. So people don't like to do things that are hard. So this is an easy product to use. And it's a great introductory product for 3D products. If you're watching this video, you've never tried anything from 3D, I would recommend the first thing you do is get a bottle of Speed, work with it by hand, any kind of machine. You're going to love the results of this product. And it's also versatile in that you mentioned you can use it on glass. When I'm polishing out cars, I hit the paint, I hit the chrome with it. And for large things like RVs, clear-coated RVs, you know, a lot of RVs, they have really expensive paint jobs. And if you use a cheap product on that, you will destroy that paint job. And here's something that works perfect for large things like RVs, you know, and get flawless results with it.
Exactly.
Now let's kind of compare and contrast. So this is a one-step, so it does 3 things in one step. But we've got 2 other products over here that are also very popular, but they're very different from this. But in another way, they're kind of the same. So this first product is called One. So let's talk about this.
Now, to simplify the whole thing, what I would say is Speed is actually a combination of these 2 products. So you get 100% correction with One. And there's the second thing about One is there's no silicones, there's no wax, 0 wax, and 0 fillers. So it's a great application for any kind of ceramic coating out there. Because when you do ceramic coating, as you know very well, that you have to have a very good surface to begin with.
Sure.
Otherwise, what's the point in putting a ceramic coating over a scratch surface?
Yes.
So this does that.
Okay.
But I have more things to say about 3D One. It acts like whatever your pad is. So it's a true one-step, I would say, polish and compound.
Exactly.
That's what
It's a one-step liquid, and since you brought this up, the term compound polish is something that's kind of new to the industry, because in the old days, and I'm sad to say I was around in the old days, the abrasive technology just wasn't that good. So you would need a compound, then like a medium cut polish, then a fine cut polish, and each product would remove defects, but it kind of leave its own defect. And so you had to keep going through this process till finally you got to the point where it looked pretty good and you throw some wax on it. Today's technology with a product like One, it will cut aggressively depending on the pad you're using, and it'll finish out like a fine cut polish at the same time if you just switch pads.
Right.
And even with an aggressive pad, it finishes out nice.
So that's why, you know, I'm very happy to introduce this product, and it's like an old Beatles song, you know, all it is love.
Yeah.
And all you need is one, you know. What I suggest is, like, if you have a very rough surface or a very beaten car, you can use it with wool pad. It will work as a harsh compound.
Sure.
Then you can go with a medium cutting foam pad. It will respond to that. Then you can finish with a finishing pad, and will respond to that, and will give you a great, impeccable finish.
One product does it all.
Yes.
Now, when you got ready to launch this, you were so kind as to send me a bottle pre-launch, and I used this on a 1967 recreation of the Bullitt Mustang. And this thing came in completely swirled out, and I fixed everything with this one product. And that's where I got a good handle on this new chemistry technology that's used in here. So long buffing cycle, no dusting, easy wipe off, and excellent correction and excellent polishing.
Right.
So I have very fond memories when this was first introduced, and of course it's only got more popular.
Well, we needed your feedback, remember, you know, also.
It was good stuff.
So the other advantage of this product is because it doesn't have silicone and waxes and stuff, you get a true paint correction.
Sure.
No doubt about that.
Sure.
So if you maybe mildly wipe it off with a alcohol-based product,
sure.
and then now you have a great surface for ceramic coating.
Exactly.
Or if you want to use a wax, and that's how the combination works. So now you get a more epoxy than a speed.
Okay.
So people are saying, well, why should I buy speed? We talked earlier.
Yeah.
Well, the answer was very easy. That's why it's called speed.
Yeah.
You want a fast, quick job. You can actually do this for the first time if the car is very beaten.
Yeah.
One or two, and then keep using this one to maintain it.
Yeah.
So that's another.
And just to play off that, again, going back to whether it's your own car or you're doing this for money, the detailers, when they get into this, they understand that the more time they put into a project, the less money they make per hour.
Exactly.
So here's a way to do everything in one step, make more money per hour. If you got a customer that's willing to pay more, break up the step.
Exactly.
Dedicated correction step, dedicated sealing step. You're going to spend more time, but you're making more money. But that's where you need to learn as a detailer how to judge your customer and their car and pick the right thing and make the right recommendation. So
yeah, as I'm very involved with mobile detailers, back in California, we have done many seminars, and the other thing is that most of the detailers, mobile detailers, have their existing customers they do over and over.
Exactly.
So you could do the first time this, make the real root canal, you know what I mean, do real correction.
Do the major correction step.
And then keep maintaining their car, and they will never switch to another customer, another detailer,
And one of the things he touched on, and I've been in this industry a long time, is all my friends that have been the most successful in the detailing world, they fill up their schedule. So it may be a customer they do once a month, every 3 months, every 6 months, or every week. It depends on what the customer wants. But they have their schedule is full with consistent customers that appreciate their quality and they trust you, and they have you come back and take care of your car. Successful detailers aren't getting new customers every single day, a new guy.
That's difficult.
Yeah,
that's
it's very
hard.
difficult. You're making money. So we talked about the one. So let's talk about, this is a dedicated way to seal the paint called Poxy.
Right. So there's one great advantage of the Poxy. If anybody has used it, they will notice that, I literally, like 1 or 2 ounces does the whole car. Because you don't really need, if the wax and the sealant is good sealant, you don't need it too thick. You know?
Yeah.
So literally with a finishing pad, with an orbital polisher, it's much easier. You can do it by hand with a wax applicator. Sure, but that's a little bit harder work. You can go all over the car, and also, like I mentioned previously, this will not turn the rubber moldings into white.
Yeah. So
it will actually nourish them. It will make them stay not dry, So I would recommend them to go over it.
Oh, that's so. Instead of being careful, be sloppy.
Be sloppy, yeah exactly.
It'll make the trim look better.
So that's another advantage of this product. And Poxy has been very, very popular, and it's been at least now 7-8 years around. And this is our newest. This was before, and I'm kind of very happy with this product. That's why we don't do too many waxes.
Sure.
Because it's also very economical. How can you go wrong with 2 ounces, to do almost the whole car? So this is economical for professionals and also for consumers. That's why we have a smaller size. Now we're going to come up with even a smaller size,
Because it doesn't take a lot to do a car.
A lot to do a car, yeah.
So here's here's 2 ways you can use this product. 3 ways. One is, if you got a car that's neglected, do the correction step with the one, then follow it up with the Poxy. If you're using the speed, but you want to add a little bit more longevity to the wax protection, go over it with the Poxy. And if you've got a brand new car that doesn't need any correction work, you can go right to the Poxy.
That's it.
So there's 3 ways to use this system you have here, and it's simple. And all these products, again, as someone that's been in this industry for a long time, the last thing you want is a product, when you go to wipe it off, it's hard. As you work around the car, it tires you out.
That's right.
And every one of these products, you could apply it to the entire car and come around, wipe it off all at one time. They wipe off that easy, no dusting.
I mean, on this particular one, actually, you can even leave it a week if you want to.
Still wipe off easy.
Still come off easy.
Well, the other good thing about all these products is we carry all these at Autogeek. And if you want more information on these products or to get some for yourself, visit autogeek.com. And for more videos like these and how-tos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, the first time I used both these products together was on a 1936 Packard street rod in burgundy metallic. And it was in really bad shape, so this took care of the defects. But then I put this on, I took a break, come out, wiped off like a breeze. Loved it.
Thank you.